Welcome to Big Dick's Picks. And no, this is not a dick measuring contest. This is your one-stop shop for all of your sports gambling comedy podcast needs. I'm Big Mo, and I'm joined here today by two wonderful hosts and one not so wonderful one. Those two wonderful hosts, though, that's EPR and Amesy. Amesy, how you doing today?
Boys, when it comes to sports podcasting, I know that you guys need us, and especially you need the host that goes 3 for 3. So I'm currently on my way from the airport after just getting off a plane, but I was thinking, like, wait a second, this is a sports betting podcast. This isn't just for fun. We need to actually pick winners. So I joined because that's what I do.
Wow, it's all gone to his head.
Yeah, thank you.
All of our
just 1 week.
all of our
That's all I
listeners,
needed.
all of our listeners out there, the reason that you're getting such a cocky aura from Amesy there is because he's the first person on the pod to go 3 for 3 on his picks. So he's earned it a little bit. But the almost opposite of Amesy has been EPR. That's not an incorrect statement. EPR, how are you doing?
I've been better. I got food poisoning all last night, and I basically got no sleep.
By your terrible picks.
No, okay, listen. I'm pretty sure.
All right,
You can't even pick your food correctly.
Now, fuck you, big dick. Okay, it's not funny. That's not funny. I knew something was wrong with it right away. But here's the thing. I just feel like Big Dick poisoned me, truthfully.
I would never poison your double cheeseburger with onions and extra pickles.
I never told you what I had, Big Dick. How would you know that?
I'm just good at guessing. That's why I'm leading the podcast right now.
This guy's one cocky asshole. I'm pretty sure he poisoned
Wow.
me. I'm convinced
That
of it.
is
I agree.
New subject.
Okay, he's deflecting now. Okay, well, regardless, I've been better, but I'm still here, and I'm gonna fight through it regardless. So, still excited to be here and dominate you all this week. I've got something up my sleeve.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
I really doubt it, but we'll see. We will see. It is an interesting strategy, I will say that. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see because if it's a historical representation, I think you're going to be well under that $1,000 in the hole there. So
I'm a changed man.
But in case all of you listeners, couldn't decipher who that other host was, that's Big Dick. He's currently leading the podcast in both his record and overall profitability. But guys, we got an absolutely phenomenal guest on the pod. I think that he is gonna outpace Big Dick this week. We have the one and only Gandhi of Glizzy. How you doing, Gandhi?
Gandhi.
What's up, everyone?
Wow.
Thanks for having me. I am excited to give you guys the best picks you've had on the pod so far.
Oh, I'd be excited for that too.
We just need someone to bring down Big Dick. That's really all we need. So I have my fingers crossed that that's going to be, one of us this week.
Yeah.
I'm excited to spend some time with Gandhi. Me and him, just both great leaders of the world. It's nice to. Okay, all right, never mind. I tried my best. I'm really making the most out of this 1 week sprint I got. Come on.
You really are. You really are.
Hey, Amesy.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really proud of you going 3 for 3 last week.
Oh, wow. That actually was nice.
And for not being a total embarrassment like EPR.
And fuck you.
Okay, all right. I knew something was coming, Big Dick. I appreciate it. I take back everything I said about your face last week.
Oh my gosh, I don't think so, but I don't take anything back I've said about you, Big Dick. You're an asshole.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. All right.
Oh man. Well, hey, for our listeners at home, let's give you guys a quick recap from last week. You already heard that Amesy went 3 for 3. His total profit last week was let's see here.
$270,
$270. $270. Wow, that's pretty good. So
That's
that moves you
huge.
Thank you.
to negative 326 overall on the pod.
Didn't need to
So
be
you're-
mentioned. Didn't need to
Yep,
be
start-
mentioned. We could have
It
just
did.
talked
Starting to
about the
climb.
week.
You didn't even change positions in the ranking. How do you feel about that?
Well, I got away from the cliff that is EPR, and I'm moving towards the righteousness. So we'll see.
Not for long.
I think the black hole of EPR will drag you back to the depths.
No, I'm about
Yep.
to rise to the top. Just watch.
And for all the listeners at home, EPR last week did not go 0 for 3, which is very, very impressive. He went 1 for 3, which was a weekly result of minus $110. He is currently at negative 972, so he has not lost that $1,000 that we started with at the beginning of the pod. He's at $28.
Exactly.
So he's gonna have to replenish that account a little bit to get those $100 picks in this week.
Oh, I will.
And
I will.
and then for myself, I went 2 for 3. I ended up having a total profit of $66, which puts me at negative 95, which is expected with being under 50%. But
Not bad.
I'm gonna go 3 for 3 this week,
Not bad.
and I'm gonna get back up to being profitable again.
Yeah.
And then Big Dick, he ended up going 2 for 3 as well. His total profit ended up being 117 because of that nice Giants bet that he placed last week. So his total profit is currently at 326, and that starting balance of 1,000 is now at 1,326. So the only person on the podcast, other than our guests, that has made money.
Yeah, honestly,
I
I'm
think
shocked.
we do have to talk for a second about last week. The craziness was our good buddy Jump Shot went wild. Jump Shot was he was draining those threes.
Yeah, his parlay should not have hit, yet it did. So
Yeah.
good on him for that. That was satisfying to see because I definitely got a text from Big Dick. He was upset about it. So he thought for sure he could make fun of anybody who does a parlay. So proved him wrong. But
yeah, I was really, really hoping that one of our ashtray parlays would be one of the first, long leg parlays to hit. But Jump Shot just came in and sank that 10 leg parlay, swoosh. So yeah, I think Jump Shot moved into third of our total guests. So it's looking like a tough March Madness bracket on our guests. It's going to be every week. I just keep just being surprised at how much better they're doing than us. So Gandhi of Glizzy is probably gonna continue that trend.
we can hope. I think it's fun when everyone's given a little bit of run for their money. So
that's for sure.
Unlike myself.
All right, well, stop beating yourself up, EPR. Why don't we move into your favorite topic, the snake draft?
Yeah, the only thing I can win. Typically.
Nice.
Yeah, you crush it at
That's
these.
true.
So,
I've got 2 weeks going in a row. I like it.
If any of our listeners missed the snake draft last week, pause right now and go listen to it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was genuinely one of the best ones. And all the feedback we received on it was pretty much that. Everyone thought it was fantastic. There wasn't really anyone I felt who lost. Unlike the week before when Blues Clues here was giving us his spooky picks.
Hey.
Yeah, the only loser this week is going to be whoever doesn't pause and go back and listen to it.
Yes.
Because I'm going to.
I was in cold sweats on the plane thinking about the Monstars. I don't know what you guys are thinking about.
I bet you were. Well, for everybody to understand this week's snake draft, we got a little topical theme going here. In light of Corey Perry's recent departure from the Chicago Blackhawks, we thought our snake draft should be the most disrespectful thing you can do to get kicked off a professional sports team. And I think as we talked before, despite Amesy going 3 for 3 since I was third last week, I believe I get to go first pick for once this time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right.
Yep.
Well, then I got to take the low-hanging fruit here. This is a pretty obvious one, but the most disrespectful thing you can do to get kicked off a professional sports team is sleep with Connor Bedard's mom. Am I right?
old's Connor Bernard's mom? Like 30? Isn't he like 12? At least looks like he's like 12.
He's like 19, so she's still a pretty
Okay.
good age. But yeah, obviously that didn't happen. But that would be a very disrespectful thing, and I guarantee you it would kick you off your team. So got to take that with my first overall. It was there ripe for the picking.
I mean, you can't blame him though. You know, she still looks pretty good. It's because she hasn't had fast food at all in her life. You know, got to set an example for Bedsy there.
True. No, you're not wrong there.
Watch out. Zach Wilson is probably going to be leaving his current team soon because he's ass. And if he gets to Chicago, watch out, Bedard. You may have a new daddy. That's all.
Hide your moms, hide your wives. Zach Wilson's coming to town.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, who's taking second?
I think I'm second now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Unless you want it, Amesy. You want it?
No, I want the wraparound actually. I got a couple big juicy ones on the board still.
All right. Then Big Mo, it's yours.
All right. For my first round pick, I'm going to go with a classic one here, and that's going to be obtaining the owner's email and then sending him a dick pic directly.
Wow.
Big Dick liked that one. That sounds like something he would do.
Oh, that's great.
That's why he isn't in the MLB anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he used to be a professional athlete in his dreams. No,
that's a really good pick, and we're kind of circling the wagon here because my first rounder, I contemplated not taking it because it does have some similarities, but I think I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds here. For the most disrespectful thing you can do to get kicked off a professional sports team, I'm going with railing the owner's daughter.
Oh,
so you are just, this is 22 Jump Street style is what I'm picturing here. You're in the office. You don't know why you got called in. He turns around that photo and you realize you just went missionary all over her. And you're going to be off the team.
Yeah, that'd do it. That would do it.
Yeah.
I think that one was definitely on all of our boards, if we're being honest here. So that's a good one.
I actually saw that one in person. That was a real reason that one of my roommates got kicked off my team in Johnstown. He actually had sex with the owner's daughter. Next day,
really?
Shipped off to Michigan.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. All right. And to go back around, sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mm-hmm. What's the most disrespectful thing you can do? How about Grandpa's cranberry sauce? I'll be taking that with my second pick.
That is a recycling joke, but I like it.
Grandpa's cranberry sauce. It has to be in the draft. Has to be.
If you don't know what that means, pause and go listen to last week's draft. Otherwise, I'll give you the Kentucky stuffing.
Yeah, you will get Kentucky stuffing if you don't listen to last week. Amesy, I appreciate the callback. It's just a testament to how good that one was.
Thank you.
Also, fuck you for taking it.
Yes, sir. That's why we get the wraparound.
Yep, that's true. Well, Big Mo, what do you got leading the second here for you?
I have a solid second round pick here. Probably could have been my first round pick. Very, very disrespectful. But it's going to be to put an improvised explosive device in one of your teammates' stalls.
A little act of terrorism. I like it.
Yeah. I thought about adding active terrorism to my board. It was scouted. It was scouted.
I had a feeling.
It's pretty disrespectful to put the clear tape on like your teammate's skates or something like that. But take it to that next level. You're gonna get kicked off the team anyways. Might as well blow everything to shit.
Yeah, I actually had that on my board, so I think we were on the same page. And when I was writing it down, my first thought was, I bet Big Mo is going to go back to his roots and add a little terrorism into his picks. So I'm proud of you for that. It's a good choice.
Back to his terrorist roots.
Back to your terrorist roots.
Day one of the pod. There you go.
Oh, man. All right. Well, for me, finishing out the second round here, I've got the wraparound. So with my second overall pick, I've got punch your coach's wife in the throat at a charity event. Everyone's there enjoying their cocktails, and then wha-bam! She's choking, probably in tears, and you're just standing there like the boss you are, right?
So not only did I like that pick, I also really enjoyed the wha-bam sound effect.
Thank you.
So that is really bringing it to the next level for me there.
And with my wraparound here, let's see. I had to do a little bit of a change up here, so I'm gonna go with a strong third round. I can't believe you guys let this go this far. Truthfully, little shocked that it's still available, but my third round most disrespectful thing is use a bunch of racial slurs to describe your teammates to the media.
Okay.
It's obvious.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's a good way to get kicked off a team.
And be blacklisted from any future teams ever. Yeah. Canceled.
The anti-Colin Kaepernick.
He's
still a good QB, I swear.
When the anthem starts, this guy gets on a chair. He goes even higher.
He gets hoisted up.
Oh, man, I'm dying over here.
Big Mom, excited to hear what you've got for the third round.
Yeah, for the third round, this one is kind of thinking outside the box here, but it's gonna be bringing a prostitute with you to an award ceremony.
I like that.
We have mentioned award ceremonies a lot more than I thought we were in this draft. This is, I should have been on the over of award ceremonies mentioned.
We definitely were on the same thought for a lot of these. It's pretty clear. So I like that one. That's a solid one. I think it would be a bit of a shock. I don't know. Would you truly get kicked off the team for that though?
I mean, it went pretty poorly in Borat when he brought the prostitute over to the southern lady's house.
Little rat.
Very nice.
I think one little edit to that should be that you're already married to like the coach's daughter, and you're instead of bringing the daughter, you're bringing a prostitute.
True.
Maybe you're loving
obvious prostitute
daughter.
Yeah.
Bring it. Yeah. That's true.
What if the owner's daughter is the prostitute?
Oh, that. I mean, we're modifying it on the spot, which
you brought her home from the strip club.
Yes, the coach's daughter is a stripper. That would be a bit of a plot twist, I think. I like it.
All right,
solid third round pick.
Thank you.
A little different here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with most disrespectful thing you can do: putting mayo in your coffee.
Oh.
This is a real
Will
thing
Levis.
that Will Levis does. He puts mayonnaise in his coffee. I don't know. Is he still on a team? I don't get it. I don't know how.
I do, because that's not illegal. He's just disgusting.
Yeah, but it's sucks.
All right, Blues Clues. He's back. Never mind.
That is disrespectful to the beans, sir.
I mean,
disrespectful to the beans.
To be fair, it did make them start Ryan Tannehill for however many weeks it was. They're like, we cannot put this guy on the field. He puts mayo in his fucking coffee. Like, what is this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then they did, and he was better than Tannehill. So we'll see about him getting kicked off. That's an interesting pick.
We'll see.
Ramsey.
We'll see. Maybe it's going to be one of my futures too. We'll see.
What do you got for the wraparound?
Okay, for the wraparound, I want to speak to my Eastern counterpart over there, Gandhi. I'm really thinking about the most disrespectful thing. I got to go to the no-brainer, which is pouring acid in your locker mate's eyes in order to blind him, and then pimping him out to make your money with him begging on the street as a blind man.
Okay.
So, that is,
Whoa.
Wow, that is premeditated. That is premeditated.
Yeah, put that on a shirt. There you go. So, talk about disrespect. That's probably going to be there.
That would be disrespectful. I would agree.
That's also terrorism too. So,
he's checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
How is he getting caught if the guy can't see?
That's true.
I mean, you'd see him throwing it at you.
Yeah, it worked. It worked in Slumdog Millionaire. I just thought I'd try it out.
I think you got the Wish.com version of that.
Yeah, you did. Oh man, Big Mo, fourth and final pick for you. What you got?
Boys, I got a Belichick pick here. I think this is a absolute steal. My most disrespectful thing you can do to get kicked off your team is to push a teammate through a high-rise building window, and right before he's about to fall, catch him, but leave him suspended on the ledge and scream at him, "Where's the Joker?"
That is a Belichick pick, but I think it is a very, very solid fourth round pick. That could have gone a little bit higher, truthfully.
I can't believe you didn't take it.
Can we trust him? But
Harvey dead.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's where are the other jokes good? I agree. That's a great pick.
That is a good.
I will say, Belichick not really known for his good drafting. Everything else about the pick I liked, but he's also the one who took like Cole Strange in the first round. So
more of a 90s Belichick pick there.
Okay.
All right.
Belichick,
Never mind. Now I'm with him. 100% now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll finish this off. I again made a little bit of a change because I think we've had a lot of picks on the board that had to do with something sexually related to someone's spouse, wife, or child at this point. So we're gonna change, and with my fourth and final pick, the most disrespectful thing you could do would be pillage a town in a third world country and live stream the whole event.
Oh.
Going back to Gandhi's roots again. I thought you were gonna take mine when you mentioned that, so I was
Going
sweating.
back to Gandhi's roots. Yeah, no,
that sounds like something. Sounds like something full CTE Antonio Brown would get into.
He probably would.
Yeah.
Just throws his gear off and then goes and grabs a sword.
I will say, a lot of time involved there, a big time investment, but I like it. Yeah, good pick.
Yep. All right. Well, this leads us to Gandhi here. Gandhi, you have one you want to add before we give you a quick rundown of our picks and then you vote?
Yeah, I think I'm surprised this wasn't brought up. But I would say middle of the third quarter, maybe. You tell the coach to fuck off, and you start ripping off all your pads, and sprint down the field and get a standing ovation, get the crowd pumped up, and then just go out on a blender or on a complete bender for maybe 3 weeks, maybe the rest of your life. You never know.
Okay.
Yep.
So
and
then a little Antonio Brown act.
Yeah.
Wow. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. Yeah. I can't believe no one brought that up. That's a great pick there, Gandhi.
It is.
Yeah,
a
that's a great pick.
That will get you removed from the team. It works every time. All right, so we're gonna go in order here. I'm gonna read off my four and then go down the list, and then you're gonna vote. So for my first one, I've got sleep with Connor Bedard's mom. The second one, I've got punching your coach's wife in the throat at a charity event. For three, I've got use a bunch of racial slurs to describe your teammates to the media. And for my fourth one, I've got pillage a town in a third world country and live stream the whole event.
For my four picks, I have send a dick pic email to the owner, bring a prostitute with you to an award ceremony, put an IED in one of your teammates' stalls, and push a teammate through a high-rise building window, and right before he's about to fall, catch him, but leave him suspended on the ledge and scream at him, "Where's the Joker?"
And to round it on out, I have railing the owner's daughter, 22 Jump Street style, Grandpa's cranberry sauce, pouring mayo in your coffee, and pouring acid into your locker mate's eyes in order to blind him and then pimp him out to make you money with him begging on the street as a blind man.
All right. Gandhi, so that brings it to you. What's your thoughts? What's mulling around in there?
I think the first pick was very valuable in this draft. And when it comes down to it, that might be the reason why I am choosing EPR.
Let's go!
Wow.
It was free money to take Sleeping with Connor Bedard's mom, and you did it. And he threw some racial slurs in there in the third round, and that really set you over the edge. That's
all right. Not as much as the edge of the guy getting held over, getting screamed at, worse the Joker, but
yeah,
I thought that was going to
I
honestly
prefer a little bit more
me.
peaceful. It's kind of in my nature, and I mean, it's just
doing
spreading love and
post-draft,
using slurs. That's a lot more peaceful.
This is the first
doing
time.
a post-draft breakdown, like you do, you give grades.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I have a bit of a lack of racism in my draft.
It's true.
That usually helps put these over the top. So I will. I'll work on that next week and see what I can do.
Yeah, this is the first time. I think the first overall pick made a difference. I feel like usually first overall is the one that struggles. So. Thank you, Gandhi. I appreciate it. I'll take another win. It's the only ones I get on this entire podcast. So hopefully I can keep that trend going at least.
All right. Now that we're done with EPR's Make-A-Wish, let's move on to the picks.
It was a very fair draft. Everyone had a chance. You guys just suck.
Yeah. All I'm seeing is that kid with Down syndrome running down the field in a football game, going super slow, and all the other guys falling over. Oh, you got me! Oh, you got me!
All right.
Yeah, then we make it to the picks, and it's a big 6'7" linebacker standing on the goal line. You're not scoring me.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's get into these picks. I'm excited to hear it. As usual, I think we're gonna lead off with Big Dick's picks first. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then Big Dick, what do you got for us?
Sure. So for my first pick, I've got Louisville beating Florida State in a tight matchup. Florida State heavily struggled against both Florida and Miami recently, and their offense seems to be sputtering. Louisville has surprised everyone by being as good as they've been this year, and they're out for a grudge match against Florida State, who barely beat them last year. And lastly, Florida State's QB is named Roadmaker. Ha! The only road he's making is one out of the CFB playoffs. The odds on that are plus 115.
All right. He does not like the name Roadmaker. Noted.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I oddly agree.
Everything based off the QB or the coach. Like, he doesn't think about anything other than the QB or the coach. Like, that's it.
But he's been right about, like, last week.
I know.
Freaking DeVito. I mean, it's hard to argue with the man when he's picking due to those reasons. Oddly enough, I'm not trying to ride his dick on this one. I actually agree somewhat. I think Louisville could be that dark horse for that reason. They did play them extremely close, and they also, I think earlier in the season, didn't they beat Notre Dame when they were also pretty hot at the moment? So
I mean, Louisville's and I like their quarterback. They have a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I think all we've learned is really just take out the analytics and just add in a little bit more personal vendettas, and you're just gonna do better. So that's what I'm going with this week.
All right.
I mean, that's what Vegas does.
Yeah.
That's accurate. All right. Well, how about your second one here, Big Dick?
For my second pick, I have Michigan covering the spread of minus 22 against Iowa. I think we all know Iowa is going to lose, and it's not even a debate. It's just by how much. The fact that this game's line hit 35 is a testament to how good Michigan has been, but ultimately, with Iowa's great defense, they might keep scoring to a minimum. However, Iowa's offense is so bad, they might not score at all, and I can see Michigan putting up 28 points on them while Iowa doesn't even score. So with that being said, Michigan covers the spread and punches their ticket to the CFB playoffs. Those odds are minus 110.
Interesting.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna agree with him there. I'm gonna ride the dick.
Same.
I think that they really proved to me that they are legit. Against Ohio State, and Iowa looks rough. Oh my God, they look rough.
They are literally the worst 10-2 team I've ever seen in all my years of watching college football.
Yeah, the fact that they're ranked is absurd. Yeah.
They've pulled
it's crazy.
5
so
wins
this
out.
year they've had 3 games where they won where the under was under 30 and a half. It was 25 and a half, 27 and a half, and 30 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And they won all 3 games, and the under hit in all 3 games.
Yeah.
It's wild. So, like, you might be able to pick, like, Michigan to the spread and the under, which is just hilarious because it pretty much means that you just think, yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, you absolutely could. I again, maybe this is, you know what? The fact that I'm agreeing with both of his, does that hurt him? does that affect him?
Actually, yeah.
I think it does. Yeah.
Because again, I actually agree.
Yeah, no,
I think Michigan could put up 28 points on them, score 4 touchdowns, and Iowa just literally doesn't score, and they would cover it. So actually sound logic.
Never mind. I think I'm going to put some money on Iowa upsetting this. I think EPR has that kind of pull on these games. So, I'm going to be a rich man.
You asshole. All right. What do we got for the third pick here, Big Dick?
Okay, my third pick might be a bit controversial, but hear me out. I've got Oklahoma State upsetting Texas for plus 500 odds. There's really only one reason for this, and that's because I noticed EPR has Texas in all his picks this week, and using logic, that has to mean they're gonna fail.
Okay, fuck you, buddy. Since when do you use logic? I didn't even know you knew what that word meant. That is ridiculous. You tell me you guys don't agree with him. Please.
I do agree with him.
Fuck you guys.
I mean, I agree with his logic, but I do think that Texas might win. But
they better win.
I mean, there's a chance.
Well, they have been the upset team of the season, no doubt. I just think Texas is a lot better than the teams they've upset. So that's why I do have them picked in all of my picks. But to Big Dick's point, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I hate his reasoning. I hate that he used the word logic. It just doesn't make sense for him.
It is sound logic, though.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, who wants to follow that up? Because I don't.
I'll go.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, for this week's picks, I have 2 NFL picks and 1 college football pick. Starting it off in the NFL, we have probably the most interesting game that's happened, in a long time in the NFL. We got the Niners playing the Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles money line plus 125. It's in Philly. I think that they're a team that just finds a way to win. They're looking at every single game like it's the Super Bowl that they lost, and they're hungry and they want to get back there. So I think that the Eagles are gonna step up to the challenge here, and I think that it's just better value to have plus money on a 11-1 team.
Yeah, what are the odds on that?
Plus 125.
Really, they're not even favored against San Fran? That's shocking.
Yep.
I mean, it's a coin flip. I think it's a coin flip for sure.
I don't know about that, man. I think he's right. The Eagles have found a way to win every game, even when they've been down. They're losing, and you're like, oh, this is finally the week they're going to lose. And you cannot count them out. They have climbed back.
I mean,
that's shocking.
I just think, I'm excited to see. This is kind of a battle of the 2 best lines in football. It's the Niners defensive line against the Eagles offensive line. So, I'm very interested to see what happens. I mean, it's the number 1 group of both. So, it's just going to be fun to watch. I like the plus money because I think it could go either way.
Home too, which I think really pushes it over the edge of, I do agree it could be a coin flip, but pushes it over the edge of maybe 60% chance for Philly to win versus, 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll really see, the Chase Young effect. Like how much has it been? Because, so far they've been rocking, but they also haven't really faced, anyone I really respect that much. So let's see the Chase Young effect against this offensive line. If that's the case, and they win this game, if the Niners win this game, watch out. They're going all the way. But I think that the Eagles could pull it out as well.
Yeah, and I do want to point out the last time that I bet on the Eagles, they lost to the fucking Jets. But San Fran lost that week too, so I'm not going to hold it against them.
Yeah.
Let's hope it happens again. I mean,
Yep.
What's your second one?
All right, for my second one, I'm going to go to the world of college football. We got the SEC championship between Georgia and Alabama. I'm taking Alabama +6. It sounds like Nick Saban is pissed off that, his team has one loss and they're not even being considered for the playoff. I think if they're able to take down Georgia, automatically catapults them into that spot where, they're looking to get back to. And Nick Saban has a way of winning national championships. So he's going to have a motivated team. He's going to have a hungry team. Are they going to win? Maybe. But I think it's going to be closer than 6. So Alabama +6 at -110 odds.
Yeah, that's a game I agree is I didn't bet on it because it was such a coin flip. Both teams have such a grudge match against the other one that it's just going to be a brawl, and I think it's going to be close, like you're saying. So it's a pretty solid pick to take the +6 there. I think Alabama does keep it within that. However, it could also just end up being extremely lopsided, and Georgia just runs away with it like they did the last time. So who's to say?
Yeah.
But Saban's the better coach for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and have a more motivated team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I'm rooting with you because I kind of want Alabama to knock them off because it also just throws the college football playoff into whoever's actually going to be in the playoff. It's going to be completely out of whack. It could be anyone. Like there's a chance like Georgia might not make it then.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama might be in. Is Texas in? Is Washington in? Is Oregon in? It's
Texas will be in.
It'll just a lot more questions.
Yeah. No, I would love to see that. Even though I hate rooting for Alabama, just because there's a lot of bandwagon fans out there, but that's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be similar to the Eagles Niners, where just two powerhouses going, head to head.
Yeah, you got two powerhouse picks. I'm curious what the third one is, if that's the case.
The third one is also a powerhouse pick, and it's a powerhouse of late pick. It's going to be my boys, the Denver Broncos, taking it to the Houston Texans, increasing that win streak, and just destroying Stroud and the rest of the Texans. It's Denver Broncos money line at +160.
Okay. We'll see, because if the good CJ Stroud shows up, I think the Broncos have been the ugliest team to keep winning games outside of Pittsburgh. They don't look good when they're winning. They just kind of.
Did you watch last week?
I did watch last week. They looked better for sure, but they're still making some mistakes. Their defense is much improved, but they were still getting shut down on some pretty simple plays, I think. So their run game looks great. I'll give them that. So if they get a run game developed,
and their defense.
Yeah, their defense has stepped up, but I think if their run game continues from last week, then I agree. I think they've got a really good shot of winning that game.
Yeah, and if the defense continues pace too, they're going to have the biggest turnaround in NFL history for a defense. It's going to be, I think, 19.7 points of difference in terms of points allowed from the first 5 weeks and then on.
Well, they only had up to go after the Dolphins, but.
Yeah.
Did you guys see?
I mean, I'm done doubting them. Like I've been doubting them for like 5 weeks, and they just keep winning. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna win it all. They're gonna win it all.
He's saying that to jinx you. I was gonna say, did you guys see that fun little tidbit that the score 29-12 was the first time that's ever happened?
I did see that. Yeah, that was crazy.
I thought that was pretty cool, actually. So, fun little records getting set. Even this late.
Yep. And
I like it.
I do have one little hidden Easter egg for all of our listeners out there. I'm not going to post this one. It's not going to count towards my picks. But EPR and I were talking about this yesterday. The Washington-Oregon game. The line is insane. Yeah. It's Washington +9.5 against Oregon, and Washington won last time. I'm not submitting that as my pick, but I am putting money on that. I think that there's no way that it's going to be over 10 points in that game. I think it's going to be too close. But again, not a pick, just for you listeners out there.
Yeah, I showed him the line and he was like, "What? That's not real." I was like, "Nope, that." So we were looking it up on injury reports, thinking, "Is Penix out? Like, what's causing this?" And apparently, the reason behind it was the yardage they got outgained on. Was that right?
Yeah, it was like 120 yards that they outgained him by in the last game.
But that means, to me, that doesn't mean as much as you'd think, because Washington's so well-rounded, and they proved that to me, because I had Oregon initially, and they showed me that even when they look like they're out and Oregon's going to keep climbing it, Oregon's got an air raid team for sure. They're good at passing the ball. Bo Nix is fantastic too. But I honestly just kind of shocked that Washington can keep them in check like that. So yeah, for all you guys who want to throw a little extra something on that, I'll be tailing it as well, whether that hurts it.
And I wonder if Washington's partially, getting talked down because the previous game against Oregon State, it was pouring rain and the receivers had some drops.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think, if it's actual decent weather, take out those drops, they definitely can keep up with Oregon.
And
so I like that too.
It's a neutral site
I will be putting
game.
money on that as well.
It's in Vegas, yeah. So
and
honestly,
I will be putting money on that.
If the line is that crazy because of yards gained, that's like shots on goal in hockey. Like just because you have more shots on goal doesn't mean you're going to win. Does it mean you're more likely to win? Yes. But, there's a lot of times where a team will get outshot, but they just get better scoring chances. And that's kind of how Washington looked last time against Oregon.
Hey, you can drive the ball 90 yards and throw a pick right at the end, right?
Yeah.
You still got 90 yards, but it didn't result in points. So
or get stuffed on the goal line on fourth down, like there's tons of ways you can prevent points.
Yep. All right. I like it. I like
the
little Easter egg there. Amesy, how about you go ahead since mine's a mouthful.
Yeah, I can roll next. So we'll save you for best for last. Okay, I got some interesting ones this week. So my first one is the Hero World Challenge that's going on right now for golf, just a PGA event. And so I'm picking either Hovland, Scheffler, or Justin Thomas to win, and that's at plus 135. So after the first round today, I'm feeling pretty good. Scheffler's sitting there at third at -3, and the leader's only at -5. It's right there with the leader only being -5. Thomas is at -2. So I'm feeling pretty positive about that bet. I'm a big Scotty Scheffler guy. I think that he's about to jump out. I just love how he's looking right now. Hovland has not looked great today, so I'm a little bummed about that, but I still have two horses in the race. So Hovland, Scheffler, or Thomas to win.
How many times has Hovland, though, looked like shit the first day and then come back and won the tournament?
Oh, yeah.
He's still in it. I wouldn't discount
such a weekend
him.
player. And there's no one. I was worried. The only worry I had was that someone was going to run away with it, go -7 on the first day or something. And that hasn't happened. So I'm feeling confident there.
I like it. I think that's a solid pick.
Is that golf?
Yeah.
Just for anyone who doesn't know those names, just wanted to clarify that is a golf pick. So yes, we can bet on golf.
That is golf.
You won't see me doing it.
Indeed. So my second pick, I went 3 for 3 last week. I got some good sound advice, which is if you are on a winning streak, if you're on a roll and you want to stay in a roll, you bet against the Sharks. So that is what I did. And especially when they're playing the Bruins. So I have Bruins -1.5 against the Sharks. Game is currently going on right now, and the Bruins are up 2-0 with the start of the third period. So I'm feeling good. Hopefully there's no Hail Mary goals happening. But sound advice of you are winning, you want to keep winning, bet against the Sharks is working well. That is hockey.
What are those odds?
That'll be -170. So that's my safe bet of the day. It is.
It's crazy that it's -170 with a spread bet in hockey, but that's just that's how bad the Sharks are.
It was like money line, like -560 or something. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So feeling good about that. Some easy, $60 in the pocket. Also,
and a
you
little.
boys
Oh, go ahead.
probably proud of me. I'm betting hockey. So are you guys proud of me? Come on.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
just kidding.
And a little another fun Easter egg with that bet for you there, AMZ, that ties into the snake draft. Mike Hoffman is currently on the Sharks.
Oh, why?
He had maybe one of the funniest ways to ever get kicked off a team.
Yep.
His girlfriend was talking shit to Erik Karlsson's wife on Instagram, and that got him kicked off the team when he was in Ottawa. So that's actually pretty perfect that you bet against the Sharks there.
I like
Gotcha.
She wasn't just talking shit. She was talking shit about her miscarriage.
that. Yeah, it was
Oh,
really
yeah.
fucked up. It was darker
Taking
than
it to
some
a
of our
new
snake
level.
draft picks. So
You gotta just rail. You gotta just rail the owner's wife at that point. Come on. Okay, my third pick is Warriors -4.5 against the Clippers. The Clippers have been hot recently, and I got that at -115. You can get much better odds if you bet that right now, which you will not be doing because this is going up tomorrow. Never mind. But Warriors -4.5. The Clippers are actually playing decent, and I don't think that that's going to last. They really still look disjointed. It's just they've had some, balls going in the bucket recently, and I think that the Warriors, it's kind of good culture against bad culture. I'm always going to pick good culture, and I think they can cover that spread easy.
right on.
I
That's
like
fair.
it.
Anything can happen
Yep.
in basketball. I usually struggle betting on basketball until it's live betting because you can get a bit of an indicator on how the game's going. But yeah, best of luck to you on that. Hopefully you can pull a 3 for 3 out
thank you.
again.
So I just spread it around a little bit. I've been doing a lot of football bets, so I thought I would break from the mold with my hubris. So let's see me go over 3, and then I'll be back at football.
The idea of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and you're like, I'm fixing it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I guess it brings it to me, and boy, do I have a bit of a strategy going this week. These guys know it, but for everyone listening, you might not. Based on where I'm sitting at and how much I need to make to break back to 0, I needed 1276 odds, plus 1276 odds, assuming I only need one of those to hit to go back to 0. And that means I'm beating Amesy, and I will tell him, suck it to his face if this works. So thank you, Big Mo, for the fantastic post that I got. My desperation, as you might call it, as I might even call it. I've got 3 parlays. The first one for plus 1364 odds. I've got Washington moneyline, Texas moneyline, Tulane moneyline, Boise State moneyline, and Liberty moneyline. All college football. Shots.
Wait, are we? Wait, EPR, don't you have your picks up? We're already at Ashtray or parlays. What's going on?
Hey,
sure sounds like it. Yeah.
Sorry,
all right.
my bad.
Yeah, it is your bad. How dare you disrespect me further? The one that actually really helped these odds a lot is that Washington money line was plus 275. I'm just like, wow. So
That's wild.
little value, I think, there.
That
and
is a
also,
good bet. I do
as
like that
as
bet.
Big Dick mentioned, I do have Texas in that one for money line at minus 675, part of that parlay. So, God, they better win. Is all I can. if that's the game that makes this not work, I will probably kill myself. So,
I mean, it's a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy. As your opponent, I've seen it go all the time in Vegas, and works every time. So I'm sure it's gonna work.
Exactly. For my second parlay, I've got plus 1385 odds, and we've got a bit of a different one. We've got Washington plus 9.5. It's thrown in there. It's there. We've got Dallas Cowboys money line, the Miami Dolphins money line, the Kansas City Chiefs money line, Michigan money line, Texas money line, Liberty again, and Denver Broncos money line. I'm backing
Let's
you
go.
on that one. Yeah. I actually think that they stay hot. I think that regardless of the NFL script, I think they want the comeback story to be this good. So I think it's silly not to bet on the Broncos winning because that's what they're going to do. So watch it hit. Watch it hit. And
Russ is going to win the Super Bowl MVP this year. Saying it now.
That actually would be wild. That would be the most fuck you story I think ever created. He's like
Maybe,
disrespected the entire year, and he's like, watch, I'm still vintage, Russ.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to play the Denver effect too. You got to play the Denver effect. It's what we do here in Denver. You know, we win championships. So
it's true. We're championships.
You got it. But what's more disrespectful, Russ winning Super Bowl MVP or the Toronto Maple Leafs Zamboni driver beating them as the goalie, the emergency backup goalie? I think that one might be up there.
There was so many to pick from for that. Yeah. Well, my third parlay, third and final, with plus 1334 odds. Again, bringing me back. It wouldn't quite bring me back to, I think I would be $9 short if this is the only one that hits. But that would still put me in second. Or actually, yeah, that put me in second, assuming Big Mo doesn't have a great week. I've got over 35 Michigan versus Iowa. I am taking the over on that. I'm banking on the fact that either Michigan does really well or a turnover happens where Iowa's able to score one set of points. So that's it. Georgia money line, Toledo money line, Tulane money line, Florida State money line, Texas money line, and Liberty money line. So you might be getting a theme here and going, wow, EPR, I've heard a lot of the same teams you've listed. That's right, baby. I made a whole bunch of different variations, so only one of these has to hit. So,
or all of them don't hit.
Or all. Okay, well, you could you could crush my dreams early, but I have a good feeling about all three. So,
okay,
prepare to have a new leader on the podcast after next week.
Yeah, maybe if it's golf score.
Fuck you. I like how I give you guys support and all I get is shit on. So I'll take it.
Well, you just made 3 ashtray parlays. You're gonna get shit on.
They're not as bad as ashtrays, okay? They're not as bad.
Yeah, the classic gambler fallacy right there with EPR. I did it all back in one.
Hey,
well, that's what I was saying. It's, I've seen it in Vegas all the time, and I'm sure it works out for a couple of them. But
I'm channeling the effect. The last time I was in a casino with a coworker, he was down, and he put everything he had on one hand of blackjack and got a blackjack and won it all back with some extra. And I feel like I witnessed it, and I'm channeling that energy now. So maybe a little support would go a long way.
You're, I believe.
No, you don't.
If one of those do hit, though, EPR is going to come in next week and just drop his dick through
It's going to be terrible.
Like it's gonna split the table in half.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If two hits,
unexpected eclipse will happen. Yeah, unexpected eclipse happens. Buildings just start crumbling. Like, yeah.
If all 3 happens, you've heard it right here. The first 5 minutes of the podcast are just going to be EPR jerking off, just on everyone. Just
Yep.
That's all you're going to hear.
Accurate.
5 minutes of it.
5 minutes.
And we deserve it. If he goes 3 for 3, we deserve it.
That's bold of you to think that I need 5 minutes, but I appreciate it.
I was being generous.
That's Amesy supporting you, EPR. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I got it.
As we're living in this fantasy world, I thought I'd just beat you up a little bit. I got you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks. All
All
right.
right. Now that we're done with the 3 ashtray parlay preview, let's move it over to our guest, the one and only Gandhi of Glizzy. I think he's got some solid picks this week. Gandhi, what's going on?
Yeah, I've got a few pretty popular ones, a couple more sharp than trying to look for an edge. right off the bat, I'm going with the very popular game this weekend. Eagles and San Francisco, and the Eagles are going to win. I'm taking the
Let's
Eagles money
go.
line. If you want
Nice.
to take the Eagles spread, Eagles alternate spread, I like that too. The over alternate is really exciting. I'm thinking maybe over 53.5 or plus 166. But I'm happy just doing money line plus 136.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love it.
I like that.
My
Nate,
second pick is even better. It is CJ Stroud, 1 interception or more
I
okay.
like that.
against the Broncos. The Broncos, this entire winning streak, they've capitalized on turnovers. They've had more turnovers last 5 games than all year. CJ Stroud, I think he's only had 5 interceptions this year, but
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be winning this football game, and I could see just a fluke interception happening like third quarter. The game's already out of reach. It doesn't really matter, but 1 interception.
Wait, you think?
I mean, I would say, I was sure that like I wasn't sure if it was going to hit, but I mean, Gandhi, this guy, he makes food strikes sound appetizing. So
We're gonna have to get Gandhi over to my place, and we're gonna have to fast and watch some football. It sounds like we have some intertwining bets there.
Intertwining, but did he just say that he thinks that Houston's gonna win, or was I?
Yes.
I don't care. He's not betting on that.
Okay.
we didn't hear that part. We didn't hear that part.
It's a road game. The Broncos have sucked on the road. They've only won at home.
Except against the Bills.
Yeah,
Hey, be careful how you talk about the soon-to-be Super Bowl champs.
soon.
Yeah.
Coming to a future.
All right,
near
all
you.
right. Well, if you want to fast, Iowa versus Michigan is going to be a complete snooze fest. There's not going to be any points. But I like Iowa over 2.5 points first half, minus 135. It's going to be a terrible game to watch.
Wait, what?
But if Iowa scores 1 field goal in the first half, you win.
That's ridiculous. That's actually
That's crazy.
Wow.
You just need 1 fluke turnover, 1 short punt,
Mm-hmm.
and a little, maybe 1-2 first downs, and a field goal.
Yeah, you're not
Easy
wrong.
money.
You sold me.
And then you
That's
can turn the
solid
game
pick.
off and watch one of the competitive games. Great.
That's fair. You know what? Say Mumbai to my pocketbook because I'm putting all my money on that bet. It's a great job.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Well, they actually all seem pretty reasonable to me. The CJ Stroud one's interesting because he's not an interception machine. I know Big Mo would love for him to throw an interception or like 10.
Pick six.
Just
I'm not sure
six,
if I
one
mentioned
after
it.
another.
The odds on that is plus 104.
Okay, that makes
I
more
don't
sense.
know. I don't know. I mean,
three plus bets.
No, the first half Iowa field goal or more is minus 135.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were correcting that. Sorry. Yeah. So 2 plus money bets and 1 minus bet. Yeah. If you go 3 for 3, you can move into first.
You definitely would.
Gandhi, if that happens, man, I will be throwing my lunch on the floor. I'll be so excited for you. I'm gonna have to go to a New Delhi, get something else.
Oh my gosh. Oh, haha.
I love it.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Awesome. Well, those are the picks, everybody. Go ahead and tail which ones you think sound the best to you. Obviously mine, if you're smart and want to earn a bunch of money back. Yeah. Or you could go the safe route and pick one of the other 3 boring ones. That's fine.
Yeah, you could go with Amesy. I mean, he's out here. He's Himalayan down some great jokes. Come on.
Dude.
Yeah, the key word to your statement there, EPR, was win money back. If anyone's been tailing you up to this point, there's no chance they're tailing you this week.
I don't know. I have a strong fan base. I think they believe.
What were the first 3 games of your parlays? Like, because I think the first game of each of your parlays is going to lose. I want to be an anti-EPR parlay.
You think Washington doesn't cover 9.5?
Well,
you don't
That's
think,
the first game that occurs on that one?
Washington money line. I have Washington 9.5, and I have over 35 on Michigan for the first ones on all my parlays. Yeah, they're risky, but I had to get to those odds, and that's gambling.
You know what? I'll put 85 rupees on that bet, Gandhi. That's a good idea.
Are we meta betting on my bet losing at this point? Is that? Thanks, guys. What's the line sitting at? Minus 600 for me to lose. Cool.
I mean, I'm not too confident. It is like $1.45. It sounds a little bit better than it is, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, all right. Big Mo, do you have anything you want to add, or what are we moving to?
I think it's time for the snake draft. You guys are kind of already stealing a little bit of my thunder with all these parlays.
Wait! You said the snake draft.
Or yeah, sorry, not the snake draft. I'm all thrown off with all your fucking parlays, EPR. We're going into the ashtray parlay. God damn, I can't even think about what it is after listening to all those bets. But or making the post for you. You know, I had to take a nap after I put that shit together for you.
Yeah,
Jesus
well, you know what?
Christ, that was a lot of work.
It probably took some extra energy by not messing it up for once.
Yeah, it did. It did take. Yeah.
I did notice. Well, I mean, I only read like the first 3 teams before I zoned out because there were so many of them. But I noticed at least the first 3 were right. So, that's a good sign.
It was.
I think the reason I got it right was because I had to take an Adderall before I created your post, EPR, just to get through
it. Fair enough. I thought that's for your ADHD, but whatever.
Yep. Well, let's move into a parlay that's going to win this week. I'm sorry. I just have to keep throwing shots at you, EPR. When one of them wins, you can, stab me in the back or something. But moving into our ashtray parlay segment, the ultimate fan favorite. In case any of you listeners out there, this is your first week listening to Big Dick's Picks, we're going through every single week and putting together the biggest long shot parlay that we think has a chance of winning. And the thought process is, picture you're a smoker. Picture that you've been smoking your entire life. You've been sitting in New Delhi with Gandhi, just fasting, just smoking darts, just ripping them left and right, just talking about peace and apparently racism. That's a moot point. But you're just sitting there, you're smoking darts, and then guess who tries to invade your country? King Charles. He's coming in. He's trying to take everybody's fucking darts. Why? Why, King Charles? But guess what? We have one of the best leaders in Gandhi, and he sat there and he fasted and he talked through this parlay with me because he's just as big of a fiend for darts as anyone else out there. And so before the Brits are invading into India, you got to start finding those darts. You got to find every single dart that's left in your country before King Charles comes in and takes them. So what do? You start looking in your pockets. You start, flipping over the donkey and looking under the donkey that's sitting outside. You're just digging through the desert, and maybe, just maybe, there's that one ashtray that's been sitting outside of Gandhi's prison cell. And it's been just getting darts, putting it left and right. Probably is going to be a lot of butts. It's probably going to be a lot of butts. But just maybe, if you just keep digging through that ashtray, you start feeling those little darts, those little butts touching your fingers.
I feel them.
Oh, is that a dart? Is that a dart? No. Oh, no, that's not a dart. That's another butt. Oh, that's another butt. Oh, shit. What's this? It feels like a full dart. You start getting your fingers in there, and they're all skinny because you've been fasting the whole time. But you just work up the strength to just pull that little full Marlboro out of it. And that's exactly what we have here this week, boys. We got a full ashtray parlay, a full dart that you're going to be able to smoke. And it's gonna win this week. We got the good mojo of Jump Shots 10-leg parlay coming through, and we're gonna start fiending, boys. Woo! Let's go!
Oh, I'm so ready.
Oh, yeah, me a donkey flipping.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, donkey flipping. Oh, I'm so ready. I need to know. I'm itching.
All right, boys. Here's that ashtray parlay. Going with all spread bets this week in college football. We're going to be taking New Mexico State plus 11 against Liberty. Then we're going to Washington plus 9.5 against Oregon. We already talked about that one. And then we're going with the anti-EPR here. We're going Oklahoma State plus 15.5. Then we're going to Miami, Ohio plus 8 against Toledo. And then we got UNLV plus 2.5 against Boise State. Then we got Bama. We got this one bet in a little bit later than I got my other one in. Bama plus 5.5 against Georgia. Then we got App State plus 6 at Troy. And then SMU plus 3.5 against Tulane. Then I'm going with Michigan minus 22 against Iowa. I think Big Dick's onto something there. And then we got Louisville plus 2.5 against Florida State. Those final odds are going to be 67,259. $1 wins you 673.59 cents, boys. That's a lot of darts. Let's go.
Let's go. Holy cow. That would hold Big Dick off for like 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Sorry, boys. I was so fired up. I was coughing up a storm from all those darts. Let's go.
I love it.
This is it. Yeah, this is the week. I think, I have the strength to flip a donkey. That's all I got to say.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I'm going to tail that, Oh, wait, I already did 3 of them. Don't need to.
And I think that leads us to a perfect point. If you're like EPR and you're thinking about tailing that bet or tailing any of EPR's bets, you might have a problem. You might want to call the gambling hotline. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to be down in the hole. But then stop. You don't need to make it all back in one. EPR.
Yes, you do.
Oh, if you have a problem, call the gambling hotline. That's 1-800-522-4700. You don't have to make it all back in one. Just stop losing. Wait, that's all it is.
Could you repeat that? I'm typing it in.
It's 1-800-522-4700. EPR, give those guys a call now.
I wrote it down. I'll seek help.
And if you do want to just keep following along, and not bet, make sure to follow us on social media. We are on X at Big Richard's Pick. We're on Instagram at Big Richard's Picks, YouTube at Big Dick's Picks, and Spotify at Big Dick's Picks as well. And then for X, we still are pretty barren on the followers. So if you want to follow the picks, go to Instagram. That's where it is at.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Follow those. And as another quick disclaimer for YouTube, if you just type in Big Richard's Picks also in there, but add the word channel, it'll always come up. That's probably the easiest. So really you only have to remember Big Richard's Picks as our handle for most things.
We've really tailored this YouTube thing. We're much better now.
Yes.
Try us again.
It's improving. But please check us out on there as well.
Yep, full search engine optimization. There's no longer videos of guys beating their dicks like EPR might be if he wins one of those parlays.
Next week.
So make sure you click on the one. Yeah, leave comments. Click on the one. It's got a logo with a little plus symbol. The girl holding it up. It is not the one with a giant dick.
Oh, I got confused.
Good clarification point. Now we're on to butt of the week, are we not?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
I've got
On to the
a
butt of the week.
good
Oh,
one
I
for
got one
this
as well.
week.
I got one
Holy
as well.
cow. All right. Who do we want to lead this off?
Big Mo,
EPR,
lead us
take it
off.
away.
You want me
Never
to
mind.
go?
EPR, take it away.
All right. So this one hurts a little bit, but my butt of the week is the officiating and just overall wacky errors that happened in the Iowa-Nebraska game. It was a disgrace, to say the least. And I'm saying this, I understand as a Nebraska fan, this isn't the reason I'm saying it. Actually, there's a couple things on their fault. But there was 2 targeting calls called off, not called targeting. The one that was reviewed was so blatantly clear, the guy penguin dove, like hands on his side, penguin dove, head first, crown of his helmet, straight into the other dude. And even the not local announcers, but the national broadcast announcers went, wow, this is a huge benefit for Nebraska. They were driving. They were almost within field goal range with a minute left, basically. And they were even so convinced on all the angles, all the reviews. It was like, wow, that guy's out. That's going to be a big blow for them. He's a huge player for them. And then they just said, no targeting. Didn't call anything. Nebraska got stopped, had to punt, and that screwed it up. But it doesn't even stop there. To make matters worse, they didn't run the clock for 18 seconds, and they never fixed it. And Nebraska lost in a 20-second span of time. So all of it just absolutely fell into shambles. Again, Nebraska found a way to lose a game. Big surprise there. But just horrible officiating. If any of you watched that game, not as a Nebraska fan, your jaw was on the floor. How many missed calls there were. So that is my butt of the week. Still salty about it.
I do agree there were a lot of missed calls, but to be fair, Nebraska throwing a pick at the end doesn't help your chances to win.
It doesn't, but the clock was already out. That was the issue.
Yeah.
But they threw the pick, and then Iowa got the ball, and they got the ball with 17 seconds left or something. Well, the clock was supposed to run for 18 seconds, and they didn't do it earlier, like a whole possession earlier. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have lost the game still, but it absolutely should have gone to overtime. Guaranteed. So,
but that would have probably hurt your overall record. If one of the teams scored a touchdown, you would have lost the under there.
That's okay.
That's true.
You know what? Sometimes you just want to see your team win and be bowl eligible.
It was a bad call. It was a bad call. I saw it live. I can second that. It was definitely a bad call.
Yeah. So I'll get off my pedestal now and let someone else share theirs.
All right, I'll jump in on the butt of the week. My butt of the week this week. Little salt behind it. It's going to be fantasy football people who do not set their lineups and play people on bye weeks in their starting lineup. That is my butt of the week. Why is this the case? Because I was playing against one, and they still fucking scored 141 points with someone in their lineup who wasn't even playing and beat me. And I had 140 points. So I spent the whole week being like, oh, this guy's not even playing his guy. So I guess actually my fantasy football team is the butt of the week because I had 10 players and I couldn't beat 9 players. So never mind. It's just my team.
Yeah, that's a self.
That is very annoying, but yeah, that's rough that you couldn't get the job done though.
Welcome to my world.
Oh man,
what's yours, Big Bo?
My butt of the week is the New England Patriots. Not only do they have a 2-9 record, they've been completely abandoned by Big Dick, who was a diehard New England Patriots fan, and he left them for a team that has a stay-at-home QB, Tommy DeVito. Like, I cannot believe that they lost that game to the Giants. I think that the New England Patriots have reached a new low.
That was horrid. It was really bad.
Definitely.
I love it. I love watching the Patriots suck, though.
Yep. Same.
Yep.
I think.
Real quick update, by the way. The Bruins just scored a 3rd goal, so it looks like I am going to be 1-0 this week.
They scored that. They
because
scored that
there's-
third goal about 10 minutes ago. Just FYI. But yeah,
Oh.
you're right.
Well,
Amesy's driving. That's okay.
I'm now at a red light, so
That's definitely fair. Yeah, their shots on goal are 31, and the Sharks have been shooting a lot more. So be careful. They're back up to 23, and they were at 15 to start.
oh wow, yeah, you never know. So about 7 minutes left.
Yep.
Sharks would have to score 2 goals.
Yep.
We'll see what happens, but hopefully that'll be a 1-0 for Amesy.
No, I think you got it.
Yeah, I think that one's locked in. I don't think the Sharks are going to score too.
It's a lock. We said it.
It's a
Amesy's
lock.
All right.
Boys, do any of you guys have any futures bets this week? I do not.
Nope.
I do not have a future.
All right. Well, if that is the case, a big special thanks to our guest, Gandhi of Glizzy. Thanks again for coming on. I really hope that those picks put you into the #1 spot for our March Madness guest bracket. But yeah, thanks again, Gandhi.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the show finally.
Yeah.
We're listening to every episode.
Woo.
I love it.
Fans in
Hell
all
yeah.
places of the world. All right.
Well, without further ado, let's log out here, boys.
All righty.
See ya.